Happy July, everybody. All right, we're painting a landscape today. We had 36 people vote, and landscapes were the winner for our July theme. I like the way this stream meanders a little bit on the practice piece, but went ahead with just kind of a straightforward stream on our final piece for today. But hopefully, just giving you two shows you a couple different options of ways you can make yours your own. And we're just going to get started. I'm going to start by taping off, which I know I almost never do, but something about landscapes just kind of begs for a border. So I'm doing that. And while I'm doing that, I just want to tell you, I bet you didn't notice, maybe you did, but on my practice piece, the paint went under my tape, which is why I don't tape, because it just frustrates me. And so the paint went under it, but there are ways to fix that, especially just with pieces like this. Now, if you're selling your pieces, you probably want to be a little more careful and get better tape. I don't know. But just showing you here, I also just use the tape roll and try to smooth it down, but still my paint went under the tape. Anyway, after everything was dry, I used a gel pen, and I did a couple layers of that. Like I did gel pen to scribble on the paint that had seeped under, and then let it dry and did another one or two coats. And then I also used a white acrylic pen, so you can hardly see it. All right, we're going to start off by, you can just put water on your brush. I'm doing a little bit of paint just so you can see where I'm going with this. And I've just got a little bit of ultramarine blue on mine. And I am just getting a nice wet surface to work on here. And then I'm going to add a little bit more color. And again, this is ultramarine blue that I'm using for the top portion of this. This sky gets really overworked. Let me tell you, I am rusty on landscapes. It's been a while. I'm also adding just a little bit of Payne's gray there. And but mostly it's ultramarine. There's my ultramarine and Payne's gray. And then I'm also going to use rose red in the sky. And so there's my rose red, lots of water, you can tell to begin with here. And there's my rose red. You can just let them kind of blend together, but I just overworked it. Like I said, I'm just going to keep kind of mixing the colors. Now, you got to be careful with your colors. For instance, if you use, let's say you're like, I want an orange sky. And so you use blue and orange, and then you start doing what I'm doing here. And it's just going to be a muddy mess because orange and blue don't mix well together. So this, or the pink and the blue work great together. I decided on the sky. I did not go in with a plan here. You can see on the first one I did some clouds. This one, you know how the sky sometimes, like the clouds like just kind of streak across the sky. Whoops, didn't mean to go that direction. And so that's what I was kind of going for here. And you'll see I have quite the struggle, but you know me, I just keep it in there because you might have quite the struggle too. But let me just tell you, I wish I would have left it right here, but I didn't let it dry. I let it dry a little bit. And then I decided I'm going to add clouds because I liked the clouds in the first one. And so I start going, now listen, if you're painting along with me, just stop. Don't do what I'm doing here. Just skip like the next, I don't even know, few minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. You'll just see me struggle here, but I show the struggles. Most of you know, the ones that are the ones of you that watch know that I keep the mistakes in there because I want to show you how to fix mistakes. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep everything in here. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. And you know how they say there's an ugly phase to every painting? There is, but this one kind of goes beyond. It's just there was a point where I thought, I think I'm gonna have to scrap this one and start over, but we're gonna keep going. And I have to laugh. I just have to laugh. I'm trying to fill that in because I'm like, oh, that got too light right there. The cloud in the upper right is definitely too dark. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I just keep kind of zhuzhing it and trying to move the paint around. It's okay. And then I decided I'm just going to blot it all out. It's all wet, so I just take my tissue and I'm just going to kind of you see what I'm doing here. And then I add more color, and I'm just going to try to paint over, pretend none of that happened. Okay. I could have just, sped through this and deleted stuff and not shown you what I did, but that's not how we do it here. All right, just trying to cover up a multitude of mistakes here. But I kind of like how it's getting purple. I wasn't going for a purple in my sky, but it's pretty. Those gorgeous skies that we've all seen. We're going with that. All right. See this light area here? I don't like it. I let everything dry. It's fine though. I'm going to do a tree line here and it's going to cover it up. I'm going to do kind of a couple indications of mountains or hills. I don't know. All right. So I've got a little bit of Payne's gray here on my brush. I'm going to add it to this coal black that was up here, very diluted. And then that's more Payne's gray. And I'm also going to grab some rose red because I do want a nice purple for kind of the really faint mountain slash rocky hills in the background because it doesn't really matter because you're going to really cover them up mostly with the trees, or at least I did. Maybe you want your mountains to show, so you can make them more pointy if you want them to kind of show in the background. I'm just kind of putting them in there. You'll see in the end if you don't remember what I showed you at the beginning here of the finished piece, you'd barely see them, but they add a nice something something in the background. All right, I let those dry because I want to do another layer on this one to make it look like it's closer to us than the one on the right-hand side. All right, and again, it's okay. The water mess ups, it's okay. I really struggled with water control in this painting, though, I must say. All right, taking my Payne's gray and moving it over here so that I can mix it a little better. So starting with Payne's gray, gonna get just a little bit of the ultramarine. Sorry, I'm a little off camera. I'll bring it back on here. And more Payne's gray. You know, you could just do black if you want to just have like silhouetted trees. I'm just starting with this color combination. I did switch to a size 2 here. And we're going to do pine trees. And just to kind of take this first one pretty slowly, I'm going to just do a guideline trunk. You know, you're barely going to see the trunk on most of them, if any of them, I don't remember. But we're going to just zigzag. I'm just going to do little marks here and there, and then we're going to just zhuzh it. And you can make your trees. You know, whenever I edit these, I think I should have just left it. I like how this everything shows in the background, but then I just keep going. And then I'm filling in spots because it just looks better to me in the moment. And just do it until you like the shape of the tree. And again, these trees, if you look at a pine tree, rarely are you going to find one that looks perfect. So I like my branches to kind of be a little wonky and I don't know the word, but you know, not perfect. And I'm not sure if you noticed in the beginning of this video when I showed you the finished piece that we're actually going to do like a back layer of trees kind of in the background, and then we'll let those dry and do some more. Now, I was going to speed you through the rest of these because it could get boring. You can fast forward if you would like, or watch me on 2x. But I know that in the past when I've done pines, people have struggled with them. Some of you have told me that you don't like it when I speed through them because it's just helpful to just see the process. You can also slow the video down if you want. But we're just doing the same thing for all of them. Just the basic little trunk, and then I just go back and forth. You can see I am not spending a lot of time here. I just go back and forth. And I think sometimes people try to get too perfect with them, but you can see, look at, they're just scribbling. I'm scribbling back and forth. And that is hard to do. I remember the first time that I ever tried to do that. It was just hard because I wanted it to be a certain way. I don't know, but I love just kind of being free with it. I've just added some coal black to that mixture and I've let that first layer of trees dry completely. That will be important, otherwise everything's going to just mix right together, or yeah, be a mess. All right, and so we are adding a darker kind of row of trees in the front so that those first trees look like they're in the background, like in the distance a little bit. All right, and you can do different sizes. I kind of am doing it so that I'm not completely covering up the trees in the background. I do want to see them. But yeah, that's a little trick for anything you're doing. If you're doing mountains or trees, the ones in the foreground are going to be darker and the ones in the distance will be lighter. Okay, just continuing on here. And spoiler alert, I am going to make these darker just because I didn't have enough pigment in there. And I want them to be a lot darker so then you can really see the contrast between the trees that are closer to us and the trees that are farther away from us. If you've never painted trees before, you might want to get a scrap piece of paper, or if you've got a sketchbook that you work in, just go ahead and practice. And you're just going to do like we've been doing. Sometimes I forget to put the trunk first because I'm just very scribbly with my trees. And then I forget that I'm doing a video and all that. And best to let those dry, and we'll just go ahead and make these darker. I am just speeding through that because I'm just going over what was already there. And then I'm just judging. There was a little rogue branch that I decided to make a little tree in the background. And now it's time to work on our little grassy area and our stream. I have got olive green in my palette that I'm using for this. And just play with how you want your stream to look. Again, I like the one in my practice piece a little bit more because I like how it went off the page to the right, and I like how it meandered, like I said. All right, filling this in quickly just because I'm just coloring, just that. But slowing it down, I let everything dry, and now I'm just doing little wisps of grass, maybe flowers. You'll see when I add the white touches, kind of hints of flowers here and there, but just little patches of little grassy areas, and it just gives interest. We're painting very small this year, obviously, and so we don't have to do a lot of detail. We're just kind of giving indications of things, so just be free with it. I didn't have a reference photo that I was using. I was just playing, and sometimes it's just, what looks good, that's good. Good enough anyway, right? Some people might frown upon me saying good enough, but that's just kind of what I do here. I'm doing whimsical. I'm doing hopefully just playing and learning along the way and showing you the mistakes and blah, blah, blah. I can, if you want more professional artists, I can tell you a few. There are some wonderful teachers on this little platform here. My tape is already coming up, so we'll see what it looks like in the end. All right, what's next? Everything's dry, and so we are going to paint in our stream. And I'm starting with a very diluted rose red, just to be a nice reflection of the sky. And again, you can tell it's very faint. And I'm going to add just a little bit more color here. This is where, again, I come back into my struggle with water control. I kept putting too much water on my brush, but that's okay. Sometimes I just have to paint in a hurry because I have other things going on, and just like everybody, sometimes you just have to work painting in. It's not my main gig. I really wish it was, and I hope someday it will be. We'll see. I am working on some projects behind the scenes that hopefully will allow me to be a full-time artist someday. We'll see. All right, adding some more pink to my brush, and then I noticed down by the tape line that it was just a lot of white showing, so just kind of filling that in. And now I've got some Payne's Gray on my brush, which I didn't mean to do, but I did. And then I added more Payne's Gray and thought, oops, that's not what I wanted, because my sky is mostly ultramarine, so it's okay. I just added some ultramarine now, and we're going to just go right over that Payne's Gray. You could have taken your tissue and just blotted it out. It'd been fine, but I just left it. And I want to keep some of that pink, but also I'm just trying, reflections are not my specialty. So I'm just playing here and looking at my sky and going, yep, it's going to be pinker towards the horizon and more blue as it gets farther away from the horizon. A lot of this painting, okay, all of it is playing because, like I said, I'm rusty on the old landscapes. I don't even know the last time I did a landscape. I mean, I know when I was like doing a little video about the paper blocks that I kind of did a landscape, but I don't know. I don't think that counts. All right, I'm just darkening up the bank here. See how that makes it look like, there's an edge there, like there's some height to the grass. And just playing there. And then I'm going to paint in some rocks. And I would suggest, well, I'm using the same color, a little more Payne's Gray, but I do add a little bit of black just to darken them up a little bit. I think when I looked back at it on my practice piece, it would have looked really cute to put rocks in that meandering stream, kind of like, I don't know, there were just a couple spots. It's hard to explain when I'm not showing it to you, but rocks would have looked really cute in that painting too. So I just did a few here at the base of the stream just because I feel like it would have gotten a little bit weird if I would have made them go all the way up. All right, this is where I'm just going to add a little bit of coal black to the mixture and then darken those rocks up in spots. I want some dark and I want some light, and I will zoom you in here a little bit when I add some white details. But before we add our white details, we need to let everything dry, and then we can just kind of do some finishing touches. It's our white jelly roll, size 10, and see, I'm just adding indications of flowers. They're literally just dots. I'm not doing any shapes whatsoever. I'm just doing little clusters here and there, and then just kind of spreading them out in the distance to indicate some more. That's kind of the beauty of doing smaller paintings, is you don't have to do so much detail. If you love detail, oh my gosh, go for it. But I'm not that type of person with my art. So just scattering our little flowers all throughout, and I think it's so cute. Doesn't that add so much? And then I'm going to add just some little maybe ripples in the water as you see fit. And just kind of made them up there, and then out around the rocks as well. This is where I'll zoom you in, but around the rocks, kind of where, the water might be collecting, and just kind of a little foam, a little movement there. All right, and now we're done. We're going to peel off the tape. And listen, this is not going to be a beautiful, dramatic tape peel, so I'm going to just speed you through it because it didn't go very well. Okay, but it went well in the sense that I didn't get any paint under my tape this time, so yay. All right, guys, there we have it. Number 27 out of 52. I hope you have fun, and I can't wait to see what you do. I know I'm behind in the community, but I'm going to be catching up hopefully this week. Sorry, I know it's been that way for, I don't know, the last couple of weeks. I've just had a busier summer work-wise than I anticipated. So, okay, just going to bring this forward so you can see maybe a little bit closer some of the detail. Add as little or as much as you would like. Just have fun with this. And by golly, love you all. Thanks for being here. And I will just see you in the next video. Take good care, my friends.